What is up everyone, my name's Al from GamesRep, and today we're going to be talking Evercade. That's right, we're going to be talking the Amiga collection. That's right, a collection that I would love to see. Now this actually hasn't been announced yet, but I've got a feeling we're probably going to see an Amiga collection at some point come to the Evercade. So that got me thinking. So what games from the Amiga would I love to see on the Evercade? Well, first of all, obviously it's going to be Alien Breed. Now, if you don't know Alien Breed is essentially a top-down, how do I describe it? A bit of a rip-off almost of the Alien movies. So if you know the Alien movies with the Xenomorphs, etc., the James Cameron film, the Ridley Scott film, etc., it essentially feels like an unauthorized version of those films top down. But, don't get me wrong, a really, really decent game that kind of sets itself apart from other top-down games. It's decent action, there's puzzle elements to it in regards to getting keycards, etc., pressing buttons to open certain doors, with hordes of different creatures, or aliens I should say. So this is one I'd love to see, probably Alien Breed 1, maybe 1 and 2. Let's not go 3D now, but that's the two Alien games, or Alien Breed games, I'd love to see in that collection. Next up we have Gods. Gods is essentially a side-scrolling mythical action-adventure, that's right. A real decent mention, because I think Gods is one that, it's been remastered for PlayStation 3 and 360 at some point, I believe. I don't believe it ever got or went any further than that, but a real decent action platform. There's not really much to tell you about it. It's very similar to a lot of different action platformers, but as you can see, a really decent one nonetheless. Next up we have Gloom. That's right, Gloom is essentially a let's not call it fully licensed, but it's a rip-off of Doom. That's right, Gloom is Amiga's answer to Doom. That's right, it's a very pixelated, different kind of affair. I mean, you can tell it's clearly inspired by Doom, but I actually think this could be an interesting title on the Evercade. We haven't had any first-person shooters as of yet. Maybe this will be the first one, maybe we'll see Doom eventually. But for the meantime, I'd like to play Gloom, because not many people have actually played it, so I'd like to see what their take on it is. Like I said, it's actually it's not so bad, it's actually pretty decent, and I think it will be a way to get people to actually see what Gloom is all about. An awesome title I'd love to see come to this system is Zool. I actually love Zool. Zool gets a lot of flack for being kind of almost a bit like Sonic. It's fast-paced. It's a fast-paced side-scrolling platformer, but with a really cutesy little look to it. It's a world full of sweets. It's a really cool designed, very well designed platformer. I just love the music. I think it's great. It's colourful. It's vibrant, and like I said, Zool is one that, again, not many people really talk about, but I think could be really well placed on a console like this, where it is just pick up and play. You play a few levels, etc. It's fun, it's cool, it's Zool. Another one would have to be Chaos Engine. This kind of, I don't know if you class it as post-apocalyptic, but it's a very dark, top-down action shooter, or action game, I guess you could call it an action shooter, which very, very dystopian feel and look to it. Great story, great looking game, and again would fit very well onto this collection. Now I've got two mentions. They are gonna be obviously Curse or Secret of Monkey Island. Let's face it, that was always gonna show up at some point, and wouldn't surprise me if it would fit perfectly into an Amiga collection, because I think that's where a lot of people played it, that and the PC, but this would be a great place, or a great start, great version to play and have on the Amiga collection for the Evercade. Last, by no means least, obviously we're going to have James Pond. That's right, if we didn't have James Pond Robocod, or codename Robocod, then we'd be missing out. I think, like I said, we've got to have a couple platformers here. The quota obviously being Zool and, you know, now Robocod, or I should say James Pond. A fun little game, you know, it's one that, again, most people talk about and, again, would fit so damn well onto this system. I've actually got one more. I'd have to say New Zealand Story. I love New Zealand Story. The game about a little kiwi, well, I think it's called a kiwi, the little yellow bird. Basically got to rescue parts of his family, I think his girlfriend, etc. It's a cool little cute platformer, and again, a way to burn some time, a way to enjoy a game that a lot of people probably remember now I say it and now I show it. Yeah, I think it's one I'd love to see on the collection. Now, obviously, this was just a quick sort of round the houses of the games I'd like to see on an Amiga collection on the Evercade, and it's obviously got me thinking, well, what would you like to see come to that collection? Like I said, Amiga's got one hell of a broad list of games anyway, so what games would you like to see come to the Amiga Evercade collection? Which, let's face it, we're all hoping will happen at some point. Anyway, I've been Al from Games Re-Up. Like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you all soon. You can now support the channel on patreon.com/GamesRep, as well as remember to like, comment and subscribe.